Hello, and welcome to a new island and our first Animal Crossing island on this channel. I'm so excited, guys. I have to give you a little bit of an intro and a little bit of a backstory because 7 hours of my footage are gone. Accidentally, I have overwrote them and deleted them. So yeah, they're gone. So I have to give you a bit of an intro and a backstory to make you understand this all. I have played Animal Crossing my whole life, basically. Most especially Animal Crossing New Horizons since it came out a couple years ago. I don't know how many years it has been now even. And I've built several islands with several themes. And this year I was just thinking, you know what? I could record this, and I cut them together to videos and sent them to my boyfriend because I was excited to show him my islands. Then I was like, you know, I could also just post this. I could upload this somewhere because I could imagine that people maybe are interested in it. And my boyfriend was kind of hyping me up, and he was also saying like, yeah, definitely do it. You're playing anyway, so why not? And this is why I even started streaming. This is why I am having this channel here right now and why I'm doing all of this. So this is why I'm especially excited to now upload the first Animal Crossing video. I will just explain a little bit the vibe that we're trying to create here. So we're watching Naruto right now, and I love the vibe of Konoha, the Leaf Village, and this is kind of what we're going for. Not super accurate how the Leaf Village actually looks like, but the whole vibe of it, you know? I love it. I love this overgrown kind of, still a bit of a town, but more villagey kind of look. So this is what we're going to go for. And today we're going to start with the entrance of the island, connect a little bit to the resident services. So yeah, that's gonna be the first part. When I was looking for an island, I don't even know how many islands I have looked at anymore. I took like probably 2 days to actually find an island that was kind of fitting. What was important for me was I didn't really want apples. We do have apples on the island now, but I don't care about that anymore at this point. I wanted 100% an orange airport, red, orange, that kind of airport. I didn't want blue, green, yellow. I didn't want all of that. I didn't really care about the villagers, the first villagers that we have, because I will exchange them to others anyways at some point. And I also didn't really care about the flowers. I will get all of that myself. What was important to me was that the resident services is as far in the middle of the island as possible and not too close to the airport and also not too centered to the airport. I didn't get most of that, so it's quite close to the airport. We still have a little bit of space, and I think we managed to deal with that, but it is also quite centered. It's not especially exactly what I wanted, but I think it's fine. After hours of looking through islands, I was just done with it and I thought we will make this work. In those 7 hours of lost footage, I also did some custom code shopping. So that's also lost now. I will just show you the custom codes like that. I won't explain much to it, but just a little bit. Just so you know, I thought I could like take you with me through the shopping and everything that excited me as well, give it over to you, but that will not happen this time. I think that's basically it. I just wanted to give you a little introduction and we can start just now. So I kind of want to start it with the resident services. My first plan was to do the entrance and then the resident services, but as it was a little bit close, I kind of wanted to map out where to go. So I did do the resident services first, so to say, but actually this is all going to be one. So the resident services and the entrance is kind of one build basically. So I was doing just a basic street, but like a dirt kind of road right in front of resident services. It always gives me some space to work with, I think. And I figured out immediately that it was way too close to resident services in the first place. So I had to put it one more back. I love putting trees and stuff in front of that, especially because we tried to achieve this overgrown kind of feel. So yes, I had to get it one step back. I do think that the custom code, I will blend it in here again. This is like our main custom code. We have it with this street kind of look and also basic without these white stripes. I think it fits perfectly. It fits this color theme perfectly. It even fits to the resident services perfectly, and I think that's very rare. I don't think I've ever used a custom code before that was so fitting to the colors of resident services. So yeah, right in front of it, right in front of this road, in front of resident services, I wanted to do a little bridge. I love doing that stuff. It's either I have a bridge right in the entrance or right in front of resident services. And yeah, this is what I'm mapping out here right now. We are basically just going for bridges and waterscaping, I think in the whole island. I don't think we're going to do a lot of terraforming. other than that, to be honest. I think it's going to be a lot of bridges, a lot of waterscaping, but very straight lines and not really a lot of terraforming. So here I went for the wooden bridge. This will be probably also our main bridge. I don't think we will do many other bridges than that. And yeah, put it in place. Paid the guy, and that was basically it. I just extend the river here a little bit to kind of map out where to go. I'm not going too far off the left or the right, so I'm not restricting myself to maybe go another way, but yeah, just a little bit to both sides. Putting some fencing in front, and I want to use a lot of this basic fence again. I haven't used this in a long time. In my past few islands, I haven't used it at all. And in my first island since it came out, I loved it so much. So yeah, I am doing that again. Just in white though, in very light colors in general. Put a lecture hall bench there. This is also going to be our main kind of bench, I think. I love it. I have also not really mainly used it ever before on my islands, but I think it fits perfectly to the vibe. Figured out here that I don't have any more lecture hall benches, so I will have to get those. I will do that in just a second. And also I figured out that this signpost is not the signpost that I wanted. I needed the angled signpost. So yeah, that meant for me to go to a treasure island and get each of those on another trip. And put it here. I went to treasure islands so often this time. It's crazy because I keep forgetting stuff I need. By the way, I do this all... I'm cheating basically in this game. I'm not playing it how Animal Crossing is supposed to be played, just so you know. I'm going to treasure islands, I'm going to get the villagers there that I want, and that is it, because I don't have patience for that stuff. If it would be the new one, the new version of it, maybe I would play it properly how it's supposed to be, but this is for me now how Animal Crossing is actually supposed to be played, so this is how I'm going to do it. I wanted to do some crosswalk here. I figured out at the end that I didn't like the width of it, so and also that Lloyd was in the way, so I kind of had to fast forward. And this is the bridge. Look at it. And I figured, you know what, the crosswalk would fit perfectly on just 2 squares, not 4 squares. So I'm doing just that right now. If I put like buildings or bridges or inclines or anything like that in my builds, I always kind of need to fast forward to imagine how it looks like. Otherwise, I just get confused the whole time, so I mostly do that. I tried to use a few more flowers and bushes. It turns out I will hate it because it just looks too organized, if you know what I mean. So I will take out those bushes again and put some weeds instead, which looks a little more overgrown and cluttered and not as planned out. So I like that a little bit more. Some more trees, some more bushes. I also used the olive, how is it called? Yellow tea olive bush, something like that. I think it looks amazing if it doesn't have the bulbs yet, and also even if it would have, I think it would work with the color theme that we have on the island. So it's basically going to be a lot of white and wood and stuff like that. Maybe some orange, some yellow, beige. Not much pink or darker colors, not much of that. A lot of green also, obviously. Crosswalk signal there. And I found this super cute design code that is also by the designer of the dirt walk code that I've showed here, that I will use a lot on this island, I figured. I love it. I'm starting to connect the resident services now to the entrance of the area. And I'm always mapping out my ways like that. I sped it up a little bit because this is taking a little while. Didn't want you to have to look through all of this. So yeah, I'm always mapping my ways out with the basic road code, basically. So it kind of makes more sense in my brain. I don't know how to explain it differently. I'm just connecting a way to the right and a way to the left. And yeah, that's basically it. And as we have a little bit of an off-centered, but not properly centered, but also not off-centered enough that we could do something else. It's just a little bit off-centered. We kind of have to make a curve in here. And I thought, you know what, maybe it's even better like that, because we could make it look a little broken up, maybe with a chopped off tree or something like that. So yeah, it did work out pretty well, but I was very critical at the first moment. I didn't really like it much. Then you see there's so much space on the left and the right. I thought, you know, I could just start with some buildings maybe. Why not? So I thought I will just put a villager house to the right and a villager house to the left and give them some theme. I didn't know what theme yet, but I thought maybe one has like an information spot for visitors of the island and the other one, I don't know, some souvenirs, stuff like that. Because I like doing that on my old islands as well. I do figure out though, at some point, I don't have any trees anymore, and this is where I go to Nook's Cranny. And I still have the Nook's Cranny in the old version of it, and I realized, you know what, I love how this looks like so much. Why don't I just put this in the entrance area? And this is exactly what I'm doing here right now. So yeah, I'm mapping it out. I put it right here. Put an apple tree here and chop it off, so it's just a stem. How do you call this? Ah, you know what I mean. This stuff where you can sit on. And make a stunted tree right there. I will let that grow in before the video ends, don't worry about it. And this is how it's going to look like. And I mean, this is just so sweet. I just love how this old Nook's Cranny looks like, and I really want to keep it like that. So I thought I could just include it in the first building, you know? Hated how the fence looked in the back of it, so could have put it one more in the back, not gonna lie to you, but maybe I will do that in the future, I'm not sure yet. There is a little bit of a opening to the beach, and I don't want to get the beaches completely closed off. I want to do the beaches, but I don't really like that if you enter a beach on an Animal Crossing island once, you can basically go anywhere. So I kind of wanted to close that off in the entrance of the island. So if you visit the island, you can't just go through the beaches and look at everything already, because this is not how the vibe is going to be, you know? So I thought, okay, I have to close this off somehow. And I don't know how I got here, but I somehow just made a little bit of a lunch area, like a break area, so to say, for Timmy and Tommy. And I think it turned out so adorable. And you know how on some islands, a lot of creators do like, or a lot of Animal Crossing players basically, do like a little parking spot for Timmy and Tommy. Both of them have bikes or something like that, and I love that. I did that also a lot on my old islands. But I thought, you know, why don't they have just a whole breakfast area, you know? Give them some cans, give them some stuff, you know? And I thought that was super adorable, so I love this build very much. Here I'm just closing it off even more with some fencing. I'm not continuing it more like than that, just checking if you can get through or not, and you can't, so don't even try. This is where I realized though, if we have such a big build already in the entrance, we don't really need more on the left side, and I kind of felt it would be a little bit too much. And I have to let loose of my urge to make everything cluttered, because this is not what this island is about. I really had to jump over my shadow here. This was not very easy. But I figured, you know what always is on places like this, like a little bit of abandoned, rural kind of places? They have empty, useless places. So this is exactly what I'm trying to do here. I hated the mapping of it in the first place. I did struggle with that a lot. But I'll figure it out soon, don't worry about it. I just really thought, okay, I want something that looks like something that used to be a parking spot, maybe? Something like that. And I think I figured it out at the end. Adding a lot of wheat fields. I love the wheat fields. I'm not sure yet how good they look on this island, because they always give me this beachy kind of vibe, and this is more a foresty kind of vibe. So I'm not 100% sure yet about it, but I think it works out. As I was very frustrated with this left area, I just started decorating the right area, and ignored that for a little bit because I thought it would come back to me at some point. So I'm just adding some cardboard boxes and making a little delivery kind of area, stuff like that. One thing you should know about all of my builds is that my ADHD is so bad, I will change my mind every 5 minutes. So anyways, I realized here right now that it was the corners that I didn't like. So I just had to cover it up a little bit with some wheat fields, that this white line doesn't go all the way to the end, but that was perfectly fine. I made a fuss over absolutely nothing. So yeah, I did that. I loved it way more. And right after that, I think I'm adding some fence, and it just adds up in the end. It makes perfect sense at some point. And yeah, some barbed wire fencing. I love this fencing so much. So the fencing that I will use will probably only be this one, the vertical board fencing, the log fencing, and maybe some hedges, but hedges not as much as all the others. I also realized, you know, as I don't really want to close off the beaches, I could leave a little bit of an opening to this little part of the beach. It is not a very big part of the beach because there will be the water opening to the ocean right to the left of it. It's just a little bit. But I thought I would kind of make something with this. Maybe somewhere where teenagers go, you know, like a abandoned kind of beach, like a private secret kind of beach, something like that. I'm not sure yet about that. I didn't do that in this build. And I will probably forget about it. I'm not gonna lie to you because it's so closed off. Anyways, figured this desperately needs a skateboard. I just screamed for one in my head. And yeah, adding some more fencing, another tree. Some more wheat fields, I think. Oh no, never mind. Fencing. Some more fencing. And that is basically it, I think. Here you can see the little space again. This is what I will do also, hopefully, if I not forget. And yeah, that's basically it. That's the whole build. As I said, I really hope that this Nook's Cranny will stay that way. I don't buy anything there. I hope that's exactly how it goes. But yeah, we will see about that. The little abandoned area. Not sure if it's missing something now that I look at it, but I still like it a lot. And I could imagine that we will set this island at this time of day, but I'm not sure yet. I just love this eerie kind of morning vibe. So I could imagine it will be that, maybe a little later, maybe even rainy. I don't know yet. If you have any thoughts about it, please let me know. I hope you like this video, and I will see you soon. Bye bye!